Oh, you talk too much. Woo! I said, God damn! I said, God damn. Oh man, God damn. I warned you. Woo! I'm crazy. You gotta know what to do when you get a day like this, baby. You gotta know what to do. Woo! There's only one thing to do, baby. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You gotta throw on the Jimmy Clanton today, baby. You gotta throw on the Jimmy Clanton. Oh, baby. I'm crazy. Woo! I'm about to give y'all the Krabby Patty secret formula. Oh, babe, this didn't trend on StockTwits all day. Can you believe that? This stock was up 250%. It didn't trend on StockTwits all day. Woo! I'm crazy. Because I'm about to tell y'all the Krabby Patty's secret formula. Yeah, I got one eye like plankton. One eye like the Illuminati. But was this really a secret? Price to sales 0.28. Was this really a secret? Go listen to Jimmy Clanton, baby. Oh, baby. Looky here. Here's the secret formula. First, FUBO TV was on the long straddle screen at 1.5. So it was on this screen at 1.5. What's that mean? That means that institutions are buying a call and a put with the same strike price. And they're betting that they're going to get a big move that's so big, they don't even have to pick a direction. If this video gets 20 likes, I'll explain why I think Rig is next, why I think LU is next, and why I think Workhorse is next. For 20 likes on the YouTube video, we'll go through that. First, FUBO was on the long straddle screen. That means institutions are looking for a big move, but it doesn't guarantee the move is going to be up. Okay? So, if this video gets 30 likes, we'll go through delta neutral positions like I recently posted about Crown, Cork, and Steel, and the real estate ETF IYR. If this video gets 30 likes, we can do a whole video about these long gamma positions, how institutions will make money on rig without picking a direction. Okay, that's 30 likes. 20 likes, I'll explain why. NU, Workhorse, and Transocean might be next. But for now, let's go through the odyssey of FUBO. Big news today out of FUBO. Big partnership with Disney. But before that happened, what happened? FUBO was on the long straddle screen. That means that institutions were buying a call and a put at the same strike price, betting on a big move without picking a direction. So let's put on our tinfoil hats for a little bit. Because we got a hospital stock and an oil transportation stock on the screen right now. Let's put on our tinfoil hats. All right, do you have your tinfoil hat ready? Put it on. Would institutions buy lots of straddles on FUBO at 1.5 if they didn't know an announcement was coming eventually that would be a catalyst for a big move? I'll let you be a conspiracy theorist on that one. Because the next screen, right before it exploded, that it appeared on, was the long call screen that I made a video about. And by the way, the stock that I made a video about, the thumbnail of that video was Recor Systems, up 31% today. And that's just today. I made the video right here. I don't know anything about Recor Systems. To prove that to you, I'm going to tell you right now, if someone put a gun to my head and said, what does Recor Systems do? I would say it's related to semiconductors. So you guys can look, I might get my head blown off. But then, FUBO and Recor appeared on this screen where I sort by the highest in the money probability on the long call option screen. And then I refresh. So for 20 likes, I'll tell you why I think LU and Workhorse are next. But FUBO was on this screen right before it exploded. Look at this. We got Weemy, Vaxart. So the father of the vaccine is about to be inaugurated, and we got Vaxart on this screen. Think about that. Workhorse is on the screen. LU is on the screen. LU has a very beautiful wave count. So make sure to like this video because Workhorse and Clean Spark are on the screen. So is GameStop. Very interesting. QBTS I smoked a long time ago. MicroStrategy I am personally long. MSTY I've talked about how I hedged that very vigorously. But FUBO was on the long straddle screen for a long time. And then it was on this long call screen. Okay? So that's the option screening portion. I made an 814% return on FUBO options today. And I made a video about it. Why I was buying FUBO calls, long calls, leaps, while it was in this range. So we're going to get into the Elliott wave now. I took these, first off, the Elliott wave is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. Wave 1, A, B, C, wave 2. I took the time fibs and I measured the beginning of wave 1 with the end of wave 1. That gave time fibs right here where I was looking for a big move around the 5 time fib. So what I did while I was in this range is I bought leap calls that didn't expire until May. Mid-May. And the reason was because these time fibs connecting the beginning of wave 1 with the high of wave 1 suggested that FUBO, along with the long straddle screen readings, was going to have a big move by this time fib right here, which is 1/13/2025. And we are 1 week away from that. And FUBO has exploded after being on the long straddle screen and the long call screen with news. So the formula, the Krabby Patty secret formula, is after a 5-wave impulse and a 3 waves pullback, a stock appears on the long straddle screen, and then it appears on the long call screen. That's the secret formula. The time fibs are measured 2 ways. The first is by taking the beginning of wave 1 with the high of wave 1 and measuring it. That's the first way. The second is by measuring the depth of an A, B, C correction. Now, FUBO is not the best example of that method. I prefer mostly to take the time fibs of the large wave 1, and I also like to take the time fibs of the smaller degree wave 1, starting with the beginning of the small degree wave 1 to the end of the small degree wave 1. We see similar time fibs. They are literally 3 weeks apart. So we see these important time fibs are coming that suggested for a long time a big move was coming around 1/20/2025. So 5 waves up, ABC, 3 waves back, wave 1, wave 2, and then the time fibs, the long call screen suggested this was going to be an upwards big move. And now we have the surprise news of the partnership. So, because I have my own bills to pay, and this was very lucrative to me, and I didn't need that much of a win, I am out of FUBO. Now, I will tell you, the Elliott wave of FUBO suggests that this thing can go all the way to 6.74 for waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But it can consolidate into a little triangle for a long time. So anyway, that's FUBO. That's the secret formula. QSI, another banger. It was not on the straddle screen that I saw, but it was on this long call screen. I made a whole video about it. QSI was following this massive quantum wave. And I had already predicted perfectly QBTS. So I didn't want to miss quantum psi. And I'm glad I didn't. Because this move, as you can see, took place very quickly. It took place so quickly, it's very difficult for me to even... Oh, I used the 4-hour. There we go. Now it makes sense. So QSI was on the screen. I used the 4-hour. And this was wave 1, ABC wave 2, and then from this low, look at this. This is very objective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, A, B, C, wave 2, I pointed all of that out. Then we had wave 3 of wave 3 before a shallow wave 4 that retested the wave 1 high, and then a wave 5 higher. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3. Wave 4 ended. I'm looking for a wave 5 higher. But I'm out of QSI because I've made a lot of money. So the secret formula is an even number of calls are bought after the big win, and this is preferably on stocks between $1 to $5. After the big win, half the contracts are sold, or all of the contracts are sold, and then 50 to 75 shares are bought once all the contracts are sold. Because a long call is 100 delta. So for every last call that is sold, 50 to 75 shares are bought. And that's how someone hypothetically can take a big winner and not miss out on gains. Now, I'm all out of FUBO and I'm all out of QSI because those gains were big enough for me to get my income where I want it to go. But if I wanted to stay in QSI and if I wanted to stay in FUBO, I could have sold all the calls I had a big cash position, and then for the last leg of calls I sold, I could buy 50 to 75 shares. And then I could keep taking off from there if I believe there's more upside. So that's QSI managing the winner after it's reached the target. Record Systems. This was the thumbnail of a tutorial video. Think about that. Think about that. This was the thumbnail of a tutorial video. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1. A, B, C, wave 2. And then from this low, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Now, I didn't measure the time fibs for this. Let's see. Not bad. There we go. Perfect. So this would have said right before, remember, I made a video about this right here. A whole video about this. And the time fibs would have suggested that the wave 3 weekly time fib was right around the corner, looking for a big move. So Record Systems up 31%. Plug Power, I am still long. I bought an even number of calls and I have not sold them. I bought the 2.5 strike long call when it was on this exact screen, after being on the straddle screen for a long time. This was wave 1, this was wave 2, and I took the time fibs, I measured the entire length of wave 1. The wave 2 time fibs suggested a big move was coming around, and it was on the long call screen. I bought the leaps when it was around 2.30. Now it's at 3.16, and those 2.50 strike calls are deep in the money. So I'm going to keep holding these and doing exactly what I did with QSI and with FUBO.